Question time. Use hashtag NFL or Super Chat. What up, Robert? Get a picture. Should the Cowboys sign a slot receiver in free agency?
And the question there is who are you going to get right now? Like, there aren't a lot of good receivers left on the market, and we know that this draft class is really, really good. So if I'm the Cowboys, yeah, you could sign somebody, but I'm still going to try to address that need in the draft because I can get a really good one in round 2, in round 3, even in round 4, and be really happy about my wide receiver core and not spend money on that position and still address other needs just because this draft class is so deep at wide receiver.
This next one's coming in from Kevin Otto. Is Shawn Williams on the hot seat after the signing of Von Bell? If you guys can see below, Tom's one of the best in the biz when it comes to draft coverage. Also, go give him a follow on Twitter at @WhatGoingDowney. I'll say no.
I mean, I think maybe like Von Bell is going to replace Shawn Williams as that strong safety. Like that's so Williams has probably lost his job. However, I think you'll see Shawn Williams be used more as a nickel linebacker. He'll come in that area. The Bengals aren't in great shape at linebacker. Now you've got Shawn Williams, or Von Bell could play that role too if you want him to. So you can still use 3 safeties, but I do think the role he had from that perspective, very much he's on the hot seat right now.
Let's go to something I have never seen before, a flying rat. Where do you think Clowney could go considering he wants to be paid like one of the elite pass rushers in the league? Tom, we talked about this, I think, last week. I mean, Clowney, he's trying to get over $20 million. I'm not giving a player over $20 million who's never had 10 sacks. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get $7 million. Or sorry, not $7 million, $20 million. I don't think that's – yeah, big misspeak there. I don't think he's going to get that price tag. Now, $17 million, I think that's very much in the range for Clowney. So what I think might happen – is Clowney signs a 1-year deal, maybe with the Seattle Seahawks at $17-18 million, and tries to have a fully healthy year with better sack production and re-enters the market next offseason and tries to get that massive contract and bets on himself for a season instead.
Appreciate the question, Flying Rat. So I got a question for you. Who's going to win the AFC North? We want you to type B for Bengals, type C for the Cleveland Browns, type R for the Ravens, or type S for the Steelers. I'm going to put my money on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Sorry, it's not a sexy pick, but that's what I'm doing, Tom. I'm typing R.
I am curious to see how Pittsburgh plays if Big Ben actually plays all 16 games, but I think R for Ravens is the correct answer here.
So you can get your questions on today's show by using hashtag NFL, or you can super chat. So shout out to our guy, Colin. Do you think Sean McVay's job will be in jeopardy if the Rams are 6 wins or less this year? Go Panthers.
I don't know if the head coach's job is in danger. I could see the GM job, I think it is. I could see his job being in jeopardy because the moves have been made by Snead to go all in. We've seen the best of Sean McVay from a coaching perspective, so I don't think it'll be in jeopardy, but I think the year after that maybe ends up entering the year a little bit on the hot seat if they struggle again.
Is McVay the kind of like Chip Kelly coach, the guy who was really fun, everybody wanted him, 1 or 2 really good years, and then everyone figured him out?
Certainly possible.
Yeah, people are talking. Let's go to this next question rolling in from my man, Neil Koshik. Did I get it right? Probably not. Take a drink. When does free agency end, and how much money will George Kittle get with the 49ers?
Well, I guess technically speaking, free agency doesn't really end. There is a point, I think it's in May, if I remember correctly, where signings don't impact or aren't impacted by the comp pick formula anymore. I have to double check that date, so I guess that could be your end of free agency. As for George Kittle, he's going to get all of it. He's going to be the highest paid tight end by a significant margin once that deal comes in. Frankly, if I'm Kittle, I am asking for borderline wide receiver 1 type of money.
He should. He should get it. I mean, Austin Hooper, we just saw what? He got 42 over... No, that doesn't seem right.
44 over 4.
Yeah, 44 over 4 years. I mean, George Kittle, I would almost laugh at that offer. I think the last time we really talked about a tight end setting the market or getting paid like a wide receiver, for me, is kind of like when Jimmy Graham played with the Saints. If I'm George Kittle, I say, hey, that's the kind of deal I want because I'm the best tight end in the NFL and I can also block. So, yeah, 49ers, they're going to have to pay George Kittle. If you're a 49ers fan, I got something that you're really going to like. Chatsports.com/NFL hoodie. If you're not a 49ers fan and you just want an NFL hoodie of your favorite team, the deal's also going to work for you. So you can save up to 50% off at that link, chatsports.com/NFL hoodie. It's raining all day today and here in Dallas, Tom. Like, not just a little bit of rain, lots of rain, and that hoodie would definitely come in play. If you can't remember the link, we'll put it in the description. We'll put it in the comments section below. But your favorite team, hoodies, up to 50% off. So we're going from a Redskins hoodie to a question from an Eagles fan. Ben, get an Eagles hoodie, not that Redskins one. What should the Eagles do at linebacker?
I think draft makes the most sense for them. Add a young, probably a little bit more of an athletic type of linebacker. I kind of like Akeem Davis-Gaither's fit on that team. I think you can get him in round 3 potentially. So I'm looking in that round 2, round 3 range, assuming you take care of receiver in round 1. I'm looking at linebacker on day 2 for Philly.
If you want your questions here on the show, you use hashtag NFL. That way Tom and I can answer them. Shout out to Brandon. Or the easiest way to do it, because right now we have close to over 600 people watching us live, is the Super Chat. Should the 49ers sign Everson Griffen?
I mean, if the price is right, sure. But if I'm Everson Griffen, I think I can get more money since I don't have to save some for the George Kittle extension. And frankly, a better path to more playing time as well by not signing with the 49ers. Like, they're in pretty good shape at edge rusher. So I love the idea of it. I just don't know if it's really all that practical from a cost perspective for San Francisco or a fit perspective from Everson Griffen.
Yeah, especially at over, 31, 32 years old. He might be looking to get his last contract. And I'm kind of with you. I'm going to want to also try to get paid. But he probably also wants to win. The 49ers, I consider them to be a pretty good chance of winning. Next question's rolling in here from one of our most loyal watchers, Dante Ante Petrus, the official. Will my Seahawks, every single time he asks a question, it's always, will my Seahawks re-sign Clowney to a 3-year deal contract extension?
Certainly possible. My suspicion right now is that Clowney prefers a 1-year deal, given the current market for him isn't what he had hoped it was going to be. And then he'll re-enter the market next offseason. So it is possible. Maybe the Seahawks up the offer to 18, 19 or something like that. And then Clowney says, okay, I can do this for 3 years when the cap's going to go big up in a big way after that 3rd year, I suspect. But I think a short-term deal might be the route Clowney ends up going.
Going to go to another very loyal watcher. Jacob, what's up, my man? How was your weekend? Who are some potential holdouts this year?
Ooh, well, the holdouts have changed. The part of this new CBA includes a much stricter rule for players with more than 5 years of experience holding out. So I think you might see some veterans not really be able to hold out in the same way. And you're probably looking for players who want to get extended or get traded. So I think Yannick Ngakoue jumps out to me as the top holdout candidate.
See, I'm glad that you mentioned the new rules because I've been asked this one a bunch on Instagram as well. And I'm like, I think from what we've seen last year a little bit with Melvin Gordon, with, Trent Williams, you're going to see some of these players who, yes, they might want that contract extension, but I'll be honest, I don't think there's going to be as many holdouts, not even close, actually, to what we've seen just the last year with Melvin Gordon, then 2 years ago with Le'Veon Bell. Jacob, it's a great question.
I got one more, by the way. Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, boy. Tom's dropping bombshells here. So, if you want bombshells for free next 365 days, subscribe to Chat Sports. If you miss sports, we cover them. So, we do live shows all the time. We release daily videos, and we are going to be live for the NFL Draft as well. So, 100% free next 365 days. You're not going to find another channel that pumps out the amount of quality content and consistent content. So go ahead, subscribe, click that big red button, and turn on those notifications. The link is below, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Next question rolling in here from Preston Schmidt. Rank the NFC West, and could they all make the playoffs? So first off, who's the best team in the NFC West? We want you to comment it below. And give me a why for yes and for no, and if all of them could make the playoffs.
They will not all make the playoffs, even with the new playoff rules. I don't think we're ever going to see that from a division. I think that's too much to ask for. Ranking them is tricky. I'm going to go 49ers, Seahawks. I really want to make the Cardinals here, but I'm going to be a coward and put the LA Rams instead. Sorry, Cardinals fans.
Oh, I was going to say we agree, but no, I'm going to go Cardinals. I think I like a lot of the moves that they made this offseason.
I don't hate it.
I'll be interested to see what happens with Patrick Peterson. But, I mean, that offense is going to be fun, and I think that we see a Kyler Murray grow a lot in year 2. And, yeah, you don't have David Johnson slowing down that offense anymore. So I'll go 49ers, Seahawks, Cardinals, and Rams. And I don't think all teams make the playoffs, but it wouldn't surprise me if all the teams are actually 8-8 or better. So, but hey, Preston, appreciate the question. We got another question here rolling in, and Ante says, my Seattle Seahawks, they're going to be the best team, of course. I'm going to say second best team, but I do think that they're going to make the playoffs. And anytime you got Russell Wilson, man, you got a chance to win. Let's go to the next question. Remember, use hashtag NFL, or you can super chat. Yon Bergeron. What is your way too early guess on best defense for 2020? I know mine, and I almost would bet I know yours.
Okay, then bet both of ours here, Mitch. Let's see.
The Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, that's my answer. I'm disappointed that you were able to guess that. The AFC East is going to be an interesting spot quarterback-wise. That Bills defense was awesome last year. They've lost like nobody, really. I guess they lost Jordan Phillips, but they've got other defensive linemen in there to help replace him and upgrade at edge too, bring in Mario Addison. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Buffalo, and I think the schedule sets up just favorably enough to make that work too.
I'll also say this. I'm not normally the guy that goes out and drafts defenses in fantasy. I would go out and get the Bills. You don't got Brady anymore. You got Sam Darnold, and, yeah, not a lot of talent whatsoever in that AFC East. All right, let's go to the next question from King Jaron. What do you think, or who do you think, Mitch, Jesus, should sign Devonta Freeman? So Freeman was released by the Atlanta Falcons. He will be in my top 20 free agents video, so that'll be coming out on Wednesday. Tom, who should sign him?
I'll throw out some teams here. The Rams could try and replace Todd Gurley with another option in that backfield. I feel like I have to mention the 49ers because that's a Kyle Shanahan guy. I kind of like his fit in Tampa. Even if you draft somebody as well, I kind of like that option. I do think at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Freeman waited until after the NFL draft just to get a better feel of what team's going to put him in the best position to get the ball this year and then go on beyond that.